Okay, what we're going to look at today is working with functions. Okay, we are making a table from a function. So here I have a phone call costs $3 a minute. Okay, and what we want is we want an input and an output, and we want the rule written in here. The rule we get from what this says up at the top. Okay, and then the directions usually will be state the domain and the range. Well, the domain is the x values. They're the first numbers in an ordered pair. D comes before R, domain. The D in domain comes before the R in range. So D the first number, or D for domain, R for range. Range is the Y value. Okay, so what I'm going to first do is I'm going to fill in the rule here. A phone call costs $3 per minute. So that's going to be 3 times M. Okay. Now we can go ahead and we can solve this. I'm going to pick input values. I'm just going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the reason we pick relatively small numbers is they're easier to work with. Sometimes the problem, they will give you what the input values are going to be. They'll give you the domain values, in other words. Okay, so now I'm going to apply this to the rule. So 3 times 1. So if I talk on the phone for 3 minutes, it's going to cost me, the output is going to be 3. Okay, 2 minutes would be 3 times 2 here, which is $6, or if it's $1 a minute, $3 a minute. Okay, here we have 3 times 3. Okay, so that's going to be $9, and here we would put 4 in, okay, for 12. Now we got to state the domain and the range. The domain is nothing more than the input values, okay, and we use a little symbol to indicate that. That means that it is a group of numbers, a set. Okay, this is a set symbol. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put that symbol here. Range is going to be our outputs, our Y values. So 3, 6, 9, and 12. Okay, and that is a function. We could graph this if we wanted. We'd get a straight line when we graph it. It would be a constant increase because we're multiplying by 3. So those are the things that they sometimes ask you to do with functions. So that's how you do that. Now, the tricky part for students sometimes is deciphering this right here. Okay, this one was pretty easy, 3 times M. If it's $3 a minute, okay, that would be the algebraic expression for that. Let's go through a few, and you'll get a better idea of how that works. Okay, I've got some here. This one says 4 less than 3 times a number. Okay, well, we're going to take 3 times a number, so we're going to take 3n. Okay, 3n. That's 3 times a number, and it's 4 less than this. So we subtract 4. So that would be the algebraic expression for that one. This one here, the trip is $5 per student plus $100 for the bus. Okay, so 5, okay, $5 per student, so we'll use S for our variable. I don't like using S's for variables, they look like a 5, but for this case, $5 times S, okay, and the bus is going to be $100 regardless if 1 student rides it or 100 students. Alright, so there would be the algebraic expression for that one. Here's a different one. 4 more than half an adult's ticket. Okay, so we got to take an adult ticket and cut it in half. To cut a number in half, we divide it by 2. So I'm going to do it down here. So we'll take the adult ticket, we'll use the letter A for that. We're going to cut it in half, divide it by 2. And it's 4 more than that. So 4 more would be we're adding 4 to it, so plus 4. So that would be the answer for this one up here. Okay, and the last one I have, each book costs $18 and shipping is $9 per order. Okay, so $18 per book, so 18B. okay, and they got a flat shipping rate of $9 for the order. So we just add 9 onto this. And because order of operations, we multiply first anyway, we don't need parentheses or anything else. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a better idea of how you take these and get them down into an algebraic expression, because that can be the hardest part while working with functions. And this is out of chapter 1, section 5 of the textbook.